welcome to the channel, and welcome as we pick up again in Naxos, the second island that we visited in our 3-island tour of Greece. And it just happened that when we were there the second day, that it was the Naxos Independence Day. So while we were out shopping for the day at a jeweler, the jeweler told us, hey, listen, they're getting downtown ready. Make sure you come by and see the parade and, visit downtown because there's going to be a lot of activities, which there was. There was live bands. There was lots of people out eating, families, everything. It was a really, really great event to really see the spirit of the island, the pride of the people, to see how they all came out to see members of their families in the parade, through schools and through social organizations, and law enforcement also marched. Just great. And you could see sporadically the presence of police, but there was no need for great police presence because there's such peace, and everyone was, there's families and they were all getting along so well, and everyone's being polite to each other. And so it was a far cry from some of the disasters that we sometimes hear in the United States. And I did mention to Eric, I said, wow, it must be so great that you can come out with your whole family, because we don't really have that anymore. It's the sense of security, and gun violence is so high that you almost are fearful of taking your children and your grandmother and your mom and your dad out to see a parade. It's like you have to be with your head on swivel. And here people are just enjoying themselves. So we had a great time watching the parade. Now, I will say this, Greek people really know how to enjoy the beauty, the sunsets and all that, but boy, did they know how to party. But you really just cannot beat the gorgeous Grecian sunsets. It's really will take your breath away. So we did hap upon some just idyllic spots to just sit and watch the sunset and enjoy a glass of wine. So if anything, make sure you visit Greece for that. But now it's excursion time, because like I told you before, if you're going to be out, see the streets, see the environment, get a real live local view of where you're staying. So we did a excursion with a amateur photographer, and we went shopping for local ingredients. We took a cooking class. He took us hiking. This is him in the photo, up to the top of a castle. He took us to this one of the oldest cheese markets in town, and we had a cheese and wine tasting, which was so nice. So he was very knowledgeable. We tried all types of aged, from young to old cheeses, and then of course, like I said, he was an amateur photographer, so he took photos at some of the beautiful sites for us, and then emailed me the pictures. So I'll tell you, it really was worth it. It was about $48 per person, but it was an all-day excursion, and it was so much fun. He was a great guy. When we entered the church, he told us that this church was built by local people hundreds and hundreds of years ago. And if you see on the tombstones, these were dedications of people who helped to contribute to the church. And so then they were given a special placard in the church right there on the grounds. And this is the top of the castle when we finally finished the hike up. But the biggest treat was yet to come, because the sights were beautiful to me, and we got to go down to where there was really Roman and Grecian old remnants that they just integrated into the new homes. So now we go down to a restaurant which was closed just for us and for a Greek cooking class with the chef of the establishment. And Caribbean getting his hands dirty. We cooked a lot of different dishes, and then enjoyed the meal right outside of the restaurant in the fresh air, and it really was delectable. We love Greek food. So like I always say, if you're going to visit a place, get a real feel from the locals, by locals. Go to get your guide or whatever you want to use for your excursions and do something fun. Now again, we went back to where we were staying at 18 Grapes, the owner's restaurant, with his lovely wife there and some friends we made on the trip with, to enjoy a beautiful beach day, have some lunch, and of course couldn't get enough of the dolmas. Those are so good. But we really did have an enjoyable time, and I'm telling you, if you're going to go to this island, definitely look up the 18 Grapes Boutique Hotel for a great time and for the wonderful experience of his personalized taking you to his restaurant and his wine tour of his vineyards. So we're going to close out on our sunset in Naxos because, hey, we got to get back on that boat and we've got to get to Santorini in the morning. The time really does fly. It's only like less than an hour to get over to Santorini. Makes a couple of stops in between, but when you get to Santorini, you know, it's worth the wait. So of course we had to go out to dinner to a place recommended downtown from the hotel that we stayed at. Great traditional cuisine, awesome service. Prices I just couldn't be beat because I thought in Santorini it was warned that certain places the prices were very high. Depends on where you go, but like I say, always ask the locals. So if you're at a hotel or you know you have a bar or whatever nearby, ask the people that are sitting around where they like to eat, what they like to do. We were staying for 3 nights at El Greco Resort Hotel in Santorini. It was again part of the whole package that we booked. Was flights, hotel, breakfast, and all that included, and ferries in between. So it was a really nice stay. We met some great people while staying here. This was the largest of the 3 resorts, so there was a lot of people here. You would think that it would be off season because it was October, and it was packed. Santorini was packed to the brim. Even when we went downtown and we went shopping and everything, just packed. We went up to a restaurant that we had heard about because of the view, and we had a gorgeous dinner, and they actually stopped the dinner, took us up to their observation deck and took photos of us and of our friends that went with us on the dinner. So it was amazing. So 1500 restaurant, we love you. Had a great time. The meal, gourmet, 100%. Everything that they suggested was amazing. And I'm telling you, the little photo app, awesome. So as always, make sure to hit subscribe, hit that thumbs up, and hit that notification bell. And we will see you on the next video.